Absolutely extraordinary.
What's up guys, Manime here, and today I'm starting a new series. In this series I'll be going into depth on what makes an anime successful. So let's take a deeper look into Gensou no Grimgar. Now this anime sparked the idea behind this series because every time I wanted to make a video just on this anime, I could never really pin down one particular topic to go over. I was gonna do reviews, but that's a cursed word and I will never be doing that on this channel. Oh yeah, and lots of spoilers ahead, and if you're on the fence about watching the show, the gist of this video is that the anime is amazing, so just go watch it, then come back and watch this video. Anyway, let's get back to the anime. Gensou no Grimgar is one of my favorite anime to come out in recent anime. A lot of different anime have come in and try to take its position, but to me, Grimgar still holds out as one of the best anime to come out of 2016. It's quite a difficult task to explain why this anime is so great, but after a decent bit of thinking, I think I've got it down. There are just four main factors that make this show just a tier above the rest. The first main factor we're going to be talking about is the neutral outlook on life. Grimgar is definitely a very strange combination of genres, but the most prominent genre, if you can call it that, is the stuck in the RPG genre. The interesting thing about this is that the stuck in the RPG genre is actually heavily oversaturated right now. So what separates Grimgar from other shows? Primary difference is the dominant theme of neutrality. I didn't just make that up, I promise it's a real word, you can Google it. Essentially, the show is always striking a balance with just about everything we see. For instance, some of the characters we ever see are really overpowered, but I wouldn't exactly call them underpowered either. We also have the main enemies of the show, these monsters, but honestly, they're not really monstrous beings. Most of them are just living creatures like everybody else who have their own territory and don't want to die. Most of them have their own societies, lands, and even friends and family. This is just such a weird twist to me on the RPG genre that no one really ever caught. If you look back on all of the previous anime from this genre, you will see either our main characters being extremely overpowered, are incredibly underpowered and have to rely either on their wits from the real world or some unexplained superpower. Grimgar does none of this because they really want to put these characters in a real balanced world. Going to something unplanned essentially drops you to a chance of 50-50 when it comes to survival. In the world of Grimgar, you are not always the one doing the hunting. Sometimes you are the hunted. Characters die in Grimgar and you get to see the real effect of a death inside of a party. The next thing about Grimgar that just stands out is the art. Now, generally, I'm not one to rave about the art, but I think the choice of art style in this anime is a key component to the show's success. When we get introduced to the world, we see this beautiful watercolor style in place. What I found when watching other anime is generally when the characters are down, they have the world also be gloomy in order to help reflect that feeling. But in this anime, they made the choice not to. This goes back to the entire balance aspect. Even though one of our main characters dies, it's still kind of a pretty day. It doesn't start raining, the colors don't go gray. The point is that this is just another day in Grimgar. Life is lost constantly in this world, both good and bad. The weather doesn't change to suit your needs in this world. The world just goes about doing its own business. The third point of the show, which I've been hinting at, is that it's a very strong sense of realism. This show doesn't have any flashy glowing weapon fights. When watching this show, you can see just how chaotic these fights are, and just how much pain these characters are really experiencing. Now granted, there are some pretty moves mixed in here, and realism inside of the gaming world is not something that's completely new, but the way they tackle it and how much care they put into it really shows through. Another aspect of realism is their friend's death. When he dies, you get this wake-up call that they really have only known each other for a few weeks. They show just how little they know about Minato by giving you these little hints. They portrayed him as this perfect character who dies in a not so special way. The more that they dig into him, they find that he had some quirks, but no one ever bothered to really find out what they were. So the dread of losing Minato is just that much worse. The fourth and final point that just makes this show a little bit different is the beginning. Whereas most of these shows bring their memories from the real world, they don't actually do this in Grimgar. When the show begins, you find out that none of them have their memories from their past. It's a really interesting choice, but I think it helps immerse us into this show a little bit better. I'm tired of this trope of how did he know that move and you come to find out that he was a fucking MMA fighter in the past or something. I think it's pretty ballsy for the writers to make it so that there is no way they can get a free pass on this kind of thing. Honestly, I could talk for hours about how amazing this anime is, but I think those are the most prominent parts of the anime that just impressed me so much more. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like my content, don't be afraid to subscribe. I upload anime-related videos twice a week. As usual, make sure you guys share, like, comment, and subscribe. This is Manime Matt. Make sure you guys say, man, go watch that goddamn anime!